I said this is a tank, can you believe it? It is the largest and craziest tank in human warfare history, an epic toy of Hitler, the Land Cruiser P1000 Rata. Today we will use Dunkirk fish to discuss this most imaginative and crazy design from World War II Germany. The time goes back to 1941. The German army urgently needed a new type of tank to counter the rising Soviet armored forces. However, we all know about Hitler's obsession, as if he had a fixation on size, believing bigger is better. Bigger, strong enough to conquer everything is the hard truth. He wanted a tank that not only had the power to destroy the strongest Soviet tank, but also had enough armor to withstand the fierce attacks of Soviet tanks. Ultimately, to satisfy his preferences, the Ministry of Armaments developed the No. 8 Maus tank weighing 200 tons. However, during its development, engineers began to boldly imagine whether bringing the protection and firepower of a battleship to the land battlefield would be invincible. This suggestion instantly excited Hitler, a typical enthusiast of large-scale weapons, and he quickly approved this crazy idea. On June 23, 1942, Hitler ordered Krupp Company to develop this super tank named P1000 Rata. The P1000 Rata's size far surpasses any previous land weapon, weighing 1,000 tons, 5 times that of the Maus tank. Calling it a land battleship is no exaggeration. From muzzle to stern, the P1000 is 39 meters long, 14 meters wide, and 11 meters high, equivalent to a 4-story building. Its interior space is huge and can load 2 motorcycles for reconnaissance missions. What's more luxurious is that the interior also has a medical room and even a toilet to provide basic living support during long battles. To support such enormous weight, the P1000 used 6 tracks, each 1.2 meters wide, leaving destruction everywhere it went. To move this colossal object, the designers installed 2 submarine engines with a total power of 16,000 horsepower. When filled with thousands of liters of fuel, it could barely drive this giant at a maximum speed of 40 kilometers per hour, with a range of 190 kilometers. Seeing this fuel consumption would make anyone scratch their head. Therefore, if the P1000 were to go into combat, it would need to be like an aircraft carrier, requiring a well-equipped logistics fleet. At the very least, it would need refueling trucks and support vehicles to accompany it to ensure smooth operation. The weaponry lineup of the P1000 is quite luxurious, its firepower comparable to that of an army artillery battalion. It is equipped with 2 280mm naval guns removed from the Gneisenau-class battleship as its main cannons. The secondary weapons are 4 128mm anti-tank guns, 8 20mm anti-aircraft guns, and 2 15mm machine guns. To free up more space for ammunition and the control system, the design team deliberately reduced the number of original cannons, retaining only 2 large cannons. These shells are the same as those fired by battleships, with immense power, enough to destroy any enemy's armored vehicles or defensive fortifications. In order to operate this giant machine, the 1000 requires at least 20 members to operate simultaneously, and if operating at full capacity, it even requires 40 people, including a doctor. The original design intention of the 1000 was to serve as a mobile medium platform, aiming to destroy enemy bunkers, fortresses, and strong defensive positions. However, due to its slow speed and large size, it does not have an advantage in dealing with the Allied armored forces, and is more suited for providing long-range fire support and precise strikes. In ideal conditions, it can provide important fire cover for the frontline armored units. However, as the tide of war turned in 1943, most of Germany's operations had shifted to defense, making the practical use of such a super tank increasingly unclear. Although the prototype of the P1000 was under construction, many people already saw the problems with this giant. Firstly, the P1000's massive size and slow speed made it very susceptible to airstrikes. Even though the tank was equipped with anti-aircraft guns, its massive body was practically a perfect target in the face of enemy bombers. In addition, due to its enormous size, if a mechanical failure occurs, there is almost no way to tow it away. The tank can only be scrapped on the spot. Moreover, the P1000 is extremely resource-intensive, requiring too much manpower and financial resources for later maintenance. Additionally, the time it takes to manufacture one P1000 could completely be used to build a light battleship. The PE1000 Giant Mouse project was completely cancelled, and ultimately remained only on the design drawings.